This time we will talk about Hermes. Hermes steals Apollo's heifers. Now we come to the most devious of the gods, crafty Hermes, the son of Zeus and Maia. Hermes was born in a cave on lofty Mount Cyllene in Arcadia, and as soon as he saw the light of the day, he began his cunning tricks. As he was a god, there was no need for years to pass until he could prove his powers. And so he was up to mischief even before he was out of his cradle. Nobody knows what Apollo had done to Hermes to put the idea of stealing in his cattle into the young god's head. Whatever it was, little Hermes clambered out of his cradle and set off Pieria, where Apollo was tending the herds of the gods of Olympus. With great stealth and cunning, Hermes managed to rob Apollo of 50 heifers without being seen and to let them off to the Peloponnese. And what like means did he not employ to bring his trick to a successful conclusion? Before he had gone very far, he pricked the hooves from the heifers' feet and stuck them on again back to front. Then he flung his sandals into the sea and quickly made himself another pair with pointed heels and rounded toes. Thus anyone who followed the marks on the road will think that a herd and the person driving them were going in the direction that footprints showed, whilst it was really quite the opposite. Farther down the road, young Hermes met an old man. Fearing that he might reveal his secret, the little god gave the old man a heifer and told him, "If you saw something, pretend you saw nothing. And if you heard something, pretend you heard nothing either." Agreed? Agreed, replied the old man, more happy with the heifer he was offered for his plans. Offer for his pains. Hermes set off down the road once more, but he was still none too happy about the old man. He could give the whole game away, said the young god to himself. I had better go back and see if he is as good as his word. And so, having hid the heifers in a wood, Hermes transformed himself into a hunter, went back to the old man and said, "Tell me which way a young boy went with 50 cows, and I shall give you an ox and a heifer." The old man liked the idea of this second gift, and all unsuspecting showed the hunter the way they had gone. "Traitor!" shouted Hermes. "Now I'll show you whom you're dealing with." As he spoke, the earth shook, and a huge rock broke loose from the mountainside and flattened the old man beneath it. Believe it or not, the rock was the very image of the old man, except it could no longer betray confidences. If ever you go down to the Peloponnese, perhaps you may see a rock whose shapes remind you of that story of the old man. And if it is not the rock which crushed him, then who knows? Perhaps it is at least the rock which gave rise to the legend. But return to our story. After punishing the old man, Hermes went back to the wood, rounded up the herd, and finally drove them to a place near Pylos. There he slaughtered 2 heifers as an offering to the gods. But where was the fire to roast them on? It didn't take the quick-witted youngster very long to find an answer to that. He took 2 bone-dry laurel twigs and rubbed them together until they burst into flame. Then he spit 2 heifers and put them on the fire to roast. When they were done, he divided the meat into 10 portions, and offered one to each of the other gods, except Apollo, of course. Who would dare give him away, now that all Olympus had share in the spoils? Hermes himself ate nothing. He just sniffed the savory odors from the roasting meat, and that was enough for him. Once the sacrifice was completed, he hid the remaining heifers in a cave and then went quietly and happily back to his grotto. As soon as his mother saw him, she began to scold him for having been away all day. But young Hermes was quite unabashed and proudly told her the cunning trick he had played. "You silly child!" cried Maya. "Aren't you afraid of Apollo? Don't you know his arrows never miss their mark?" "What have you done?" "I'm not afraid of Apollo," replied the little god, "and if he tries to make a fuss about this, I'll go and loot his temple at Delphi, and then you'll see how everybody laughs at him." Apollo, of course, soon realized that his ciphers had gone and began searching for them. On looking around, he quickly found the hoof marks of the heifers, and with them the footprints of a child. He followed them, but saw to his surprise that the marks were leading him back to his starting point. It never occurred to him that a thief could possibly be so cunning, as he could think of no other way of getting at the truth, he decided to consult the oracles. He was the most skilled of all the gods in interpreting them, and it was he who had built the oracle of Delphi. The signs told Apollo that it was Hermes who had stolen his ciphers, and that they were hidden in a cave near Pylos. Apollo hastened to the spot, and once more found hoof marks outside the cave, and the footprints of the same child. But the marks all showed that the cave was now empty, and the heifers had gone.